Greetings, greetings. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you? Now we have finally made it to day 3. This is secret number 3, which is how to invest your study money into systems, right? That'll make you rich and wealthy beyond measure. Okay. This is going to be mainly, we're going to combine two in this one because hopefully you've gotten a lot of value out of the first secret, so far as the second secret, and now we're at the third. And in breaking that down, you should know now with this course, these courses should have shown you and taken you through a path, through a journey where you can understand how to find a new way of making income, how to turn that to cash flow, how it's boring the process because you're not really doing anything, but just, I mean, you're looking to help humanity, help society, as they say, in a way, in the health industry, to help people with illnesses, diseases, to figure out a cure. And they need healthy people. They need individuals that they will willingly pay the money to find these cures, to find these remedies, these treatments, things that help, right? And they're going to compensate you from that really, really generously. They're going to compensate us. So with that being said, where we come in as, as lab rats looking to get rich, right? Rich lab rats, we're looking at taking this income, and now we have to figure out a way. Of course, you pay your expenses, you pay your expenditures, you pay, bills, pay obligations, all of this. But now it's about taking that money. How do you convert that cash flow, that increase of income? How do you convert it into riches? How do you convert it into wealth? That's where the question is, my friends, and that's what we're about to cover. So, none other than Maurice, the Rich Lab Rat myself, I'm thankful and welcoming you back again for another one. I'm very proud of you, that you've actually went through these last courses, these modules to get here. And this module is per se is going to talk about a lot of things I found along the way in my latter part of doing studies. After I got to about around, I say around the 60th, 70th, I think the 60th or the 70th. I think it was the 70th range. Yeah, it had to be over 70 studies. That's when I started to see about, okay, there's other ways I can make this wealth blow and explode and just grow exponentially, right? The cash flow. And that's what we're about to talk about. So again, what we're about to do, I'm gonna use my whiteboard here to show you exactly. I feel that illustration is best. Excuse me, you get to draw it out. And with that being said, we're going to draw it out for you all so you can see. There's going to be a lot of resources here below too that you'll see so far as for this secret number 3. And a lot of resources are going to help you out that is not dealing with the actual clinical studies secrets per se. Is part of it, is part of my offer to you, for you investing the money into your future, to change your future, to change your fortune for your families, for you investing that money that you invested in this course is going to help you dramatically, exponentially, because these are resources I use to help me. You can't just take the study money and think that it'll change all for you. The goal is to do the studies to increase your cash flow, to get you out of a bad debt situation, to get you out of a, like I was in my story, if you all know my backstory, homeless, broke, didn't have anything going for himself so far as not a plan, couldn't even be with my kids, couldn't be a father to my kids, couldn't be a role model to them, couldn't even help my parents that were down and out and really needed my help. And I was in a state that I wasn't even aware of. I was foreign to, in Arizona. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. So I was in Arizona, from Phoenix to Mesa to Queen Creek, all the way to Surprise, and it was a bad situation because I didn't know anybody or didn't have any way. And studies changed my life, right? But from knowing that, what really changed it to dramatically get me to the point to where I am today was what you're about to find out now. And if you look in the resources below, I'm going to put down information about referrals. I'm gonna put down, because studies do pay your referrals. That should be a key word you should all love. Referrals, right? You sharing your experience with someone else and they wanting to do a study to make money like you get paid for that too, right? All right, so I put my information below. Okay, I also put the information for some sites that you should want to know about, to where they'll keep you on the alert. They'll keep you on knowing how these studies are coming out and when they're coming out. You don't want to get cheap here, okay? I mean, some of these things are as low as 19 bucks a month. Come on. $19 for them to find out and send you a text alert whenever the study's available, when it shows up. That's less that you got to do, right? I just gave you all the old school method in the last actual secret, you know, and it was talking about, I think it was dealing with the phone screening. I talked about that in the phone screening, or the second one, the physical screening, right? What it might have been even the inpatient and outpatient, with how you call every single hour or every 2 hours, set an alarm on your device so you can call them and find out if there's something new, right? But paying, sometimes you want your money to work for you. Sometimes you want other things to work for you, other people to work for you, other businesses, other people and their skill set, right? Because remember, OPM, what that stands for, other people's money, other people's mind, their mentality, other people's machinery, like their equipment. You know, OPM, you always want to use other people's, right, things if you can to help you. That's called leverage, okay? So with that being said, you're going to see a lot of resources below. There's going to be some links there that I shared with you, ways where you can retire in 100 days, right? Being affiliates where you can get paid for that. What I feel is kind of the best business model to help you go forward to not only making money come for yourself with that process, but also to, I'm sure as you're doing these studies, you're going to come to see a lot of ideas you're going to have. You're going to have a lot of passion, a lot of things come to mind. And you're like, wow, it's not just about once you start taking care of your bills, taking care of your expenses, taking care of your family, you're going to start seeing an avenue of, hey, I have an epiphany. Kind of like I had an epiphany to do these studies and to go from there, to go from broke to now the money's being no joke. Okay, it's just coming in. Right? I'm a lab rat and I got that cheese, right? And that's how I escaped the rat race. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing when you escape the rat race, right? But you're going to have some thoughts. You're going to have ideas, passions. You're going to come up with some things to say, hey, I can make some money with that product, or I can launch something and have a business or whatever have you. Well, this is where what you have those ideas, this information below, the resources is what's going to help you. It's going to help you to understand how to launch it, how to do it, how to make money with it, whether online or whether offline, okay? And with that being said, I'm going to jump into what I really want to talk about in this lesson, which is I want to revisit really quickly the ESBI with you all. Because this is very, very important with how to understand how you must invest for your success, okay? It's all about the B and the I's, right? Not the E and the S, okay? So we're going to do this again. ESBI. All right? ESBI, the cash flow quadrant, remember? Now remember, majority of people are they're on this side. Majority of the world resides over here. You get taxed the most there. You get expenses coming out. That's why you can't get ahead. We already talked about that, okay? On secret number 1, we talked about that. What we're going to talk about in this lesson is this side, right? Mainly these sides over here. We're talking about this side, okay? To get to this side, when you get here, because you're going to start here, all right? This is where the studies is, okay? So the studies is going to be here. You have to dump your money in here and in here, okay? The resources below is going to show you how to dump your money in here, in the B, okay? There's plenty of businesses you can do to make money, and I'm just going to throw some ideas to you right here, okay? This is more about brainstorming in this actual lesson. It's more about showing you how to get rich and wealthy very, very quick, okay? Let's do some brainstorming. Number 1. You want to have a business, right? The best kind of business I feel that you should have, okay? Because think about this now. You went from an employee, okay, a lot of you, to doing studies. This is how most of you are not being employed to doing a study. This is how most of you have made the transition. So now you need to make another transition. You need to understand now how to go from the actual studies to where you do not have to do studies anymore. Because remember, you don't want to just keep taking these drugs forever. You want to have an exit strategy. The exit strategy is to get here to this side, okay? So far as the B, the best type of business, I feel, is an online. You see that? Online. You want an online business. Bill Gates had a quote a long time ago, I'll never forget, when he was really starting off in his path of scaling, right? He said, if you have a business, he's on the Oprah Winfrey show when he said this, right? If you have a business and your business is not online, one day your business will be out of business, okay? You have to understand that. I'm not saying that all businesses that are not online are going to be not there, non-existent. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is the people that are making the most money, this is called hacking, right? And I'm going to put this here so you can understand. Yes, I'm a funnel hacker, of course, but I'm going to put this here. Hacking. That's what you're doing here. Hacking means, in the term that I'm going to use it, is you're looking at a process of what's already been done before. Some people call it reverse engineering. You already know what's working, okay? I'm going to write down something else for you. 3 industries you got to remember. But hacking is looking at something that's already working, a model, and you're hacking it. You're going to reverse engineer it. You're going to look at what made them successful, and you're going to say, hey, I need to model that. I need to study that process and do the same thing, but just change it up for my industry, what I want to do, right? You're studying their process. You're not copying them. You're studying their process, and you're going to use that process for yourself. It's called reverse engineering, or what we call hacking, okay? Now you have W for wealth, if y'all can see that. I put R for relationships, H for health, okay? Call it the big 3. Big 3 markets. All right. Now, there's other things to this as well. You have other things like sub-markets, niches, everything that comes out of this, okay? But I'm just sticking with this because, like I said, I don't want to make this too long. I just want to give you an understanding of how this philosophy happens with this, how this thing is easier than you think, but this is how you get rich and wealthy. This is what you need to be doing with your study money. You do not want to be like a revolving door. I've seen people for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. There's some people I've been, well, not 20 years, but 10 years. I've literally been doing this study, like literally the study industry, 10 years plus. I've seen the same faces over and over and over again. It's like what they say in the old school days, people that have been to jail a lot or prison. They say they see the same people going in and out. It's like a revolving door. They go in, they come out, in and come back out, in, come back out, come back in, come back out, right? Same thing when it comes to these studies. You'll see people the same, like the veterans, they'll do it and you'll keep seeing them. But what you need to understand is that nothing's guaranteed. At any given time, something can happen with your health. You could get a side effect. I'm very slim to none. I've never seen it. But that doesn't mean just because I haven't seen it that it can't happen. Does that make sense? Are you getting this? Okay? Hopefully you're feeling me with that, right? You got to make sure to secure your future for not just you, but for your family, for generations to come, right? For your children, for your seeds, for everybody. You got to secure your loved ones. And that being said, that's why you need to understand this, all right? Wealth, health, relationships. Those are the 3 big markets. It doesn't matter what you want to do, whatever you have a passion for, whatever you like, it's going to fall in those 3, okay? You need to look at hacking whoever is in these 3 that you see. You need to pick the one that's making a lot of money and you pretty much go off that process, okay? Look at the process. Look at how they're doing it, what they do. Look at how much money they're generating, who they're reaching, what they're talking about, you know, their message, their sales message, and so forth, their offer, whatever, all the products and stuff that they have, you know, what they're giving people. You got to look at how they're giving it to people, how they're delivering it, how they're giving it away to people. This is what you need to know. You understand? Once you find that out, you can make as much money as you want. The galaxy is the limit. Okay? And the studies is a perfect opportunity for you. Just like it was for me. It's a perfect opportunity for you to take that money and make it work for you. Right? So what I always say is, I mean, this is what I did. Okay? I would take 80% of my money, or 75% for sure, and invested in these two that we're going to get to in just a moment, right? 25% I would live on. And you might say, why that number, Maurice? Well, you could take 50-50. You could take 60-40, 70-30. It's up to you. But the reason why I took what I took is because I've already been broke. I've already been homeless before, right? It can't get much worse than rock bottom. You know what I mean? So if I've already been there, 25% of something is better than 0% of nothing, right? So if I got, say, like $4 grand, well, $1,000 is a lot of money to make within like a week or 2 weeks for me at the time when I was broke. So the other $3 grand, I'm going to put it into something that can make more money, because a study is not going to do that. You got that? All right, so let's get to this. So number one, I would say online business. Now, why did I pick this first above number 2, real estate? Number 3, stock market, right? You know what I mean? Number 4, commodities like gold, silver, other precious metals, palladium, oil, like, investing in oil, which is very, very good. Anything dealing with like produce, like food, agriculture, farming, anything like that, right? We'll put commodities, right? Okay, so why did I pick this first, everybody? Oh, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I picked this first. The reason why business, excuse me, the reason why business is more important than the rest of them, to me, okay, everyone's different, all right? It's because these 3 here are just investing. Money works for you, right? They all these 3 here fall right in here. All 3, they fall in there, okay? So if these 3 fall in there, the reason why online business is important, you have to find a way, and I hope you hear me when I say this, you have to find a way to bring the money in more than the studies going out. Do you understand that? You can't just do the study, each study that go by, because here's what's going to end up happening. As you're making more money, right, there are going to be problems that's going to happen in life. Just because you do a study and you make a lot of money doesn't mean that life still is not going to happen. Someone might get sick. Someone may get very ill. God forbid, but it happens, right? Your child, something might happen. Something's going to happen to where you might have to leave a study, right? Or something might happen to where a study might cancel. Okay, does it happen? Not too much if you do this process right, like the other 2 secrets I gave you, but it does happen, okay? Something can happen like that where someone might cancel. You need to be able to secure yourself, okay? Having an online business, and the way that with the resources I'm going to put below to show you how that works, because remember, I'm just going to show you who I hacked. I'm going to show you who I found was the best candidate to show you how you can get any dream, any goal, any whatever you want, your passion is, how you can take that, whatever you're good at, and put it out to the world and make a lot of money. I'm talking about a lot of money, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures or more. And it's not talking about a year. You can do this monthly. And some people look at me crazy when I say that. Like, what? Are you crazy? No, I'm actually not crazy. It's happening every day. There's people making $1 million, $10 million, $100 million in a deal or more a month. It happens. Does it happen all the time? No, but it does. Sometimes it can be 3, 4 months, 6 months, or a year. But can you imagine that? Can you just phantom that for a moment? I hope I'm not saying numbers that are too big for you to comprehend, because this is the purpose of this course. This is why you invested in this. If you want to get rich and wealthy, my friend, you need to understand that this is the way to do it, and it can happen for you. I'm no different than you are. Anyone that's ever done it is no different. The resources I'm sharing below with my mentors who showed me this, they're no different than you are, right? It can be done, okay? But online business is the best way because it's going to bring you cash. Cash from a lot of people, from a lot of traffic, from online, from the internet, people looking for whatever you're talking about, and they'll be willing to pay you for it. Just like that, right? And when you have hundreds of people, you're going to make a lot of money. Thousands, you're going to make a lot of more money. And bar none, when you get to the tens of thousands, you're going to make a phenomenal amount. That's when you're another plateau. You've reached another pinnacle at that point, all right? So understand, this is how the game works, okay? And I'm gonna wrap it up. This is how you escape the rat race. Do you understand this? I hope that you hear. Can you hear me of this? I mean, if hopefully you're shaking your head, you're understanding what I'm getting. I'm not trying to be aggressive and yelling. I just want you to understand I'm passionate about it, and I know it works. I want you to work it so it can work for you, okay? This is way more than over delivering, okay, what I'm giving you here. This is the course alone, if you would ask me. This is worth the weight in gold alone, okay? You do the studies, you make the money. You make some money, take care of your bills, take care of your situation, get yourself out of a hardship, whatever have you. But remember, you have to get into this, right? To get to the B and the I side and to start having some online business ideas that you can have to have some businesses to run from that. Because that's all your business online is. It's just ideas of services and products, things that you put into an offer for yourself that you put out to the world. If you don't have a business that you want to do yourself, you can actually go at some resources that'll be below. I'm sharing that with you. You don't got to have a business. You don't got to have a product. You hear me? You don't got to have a service. Are you getting this? Right? You can literally piggyback off someone else and you leverage them to use what they're already selling and make money. That's it. All you are is just the middleman in between to get what they got to share to the world, and you make money just like that. Okay? You don't got to have a product or a service, so I hope that you get that. You can literally take something you don't even have, give it to the world. Look what I did with this course. All right? So far as I know about studies very well. Right? I'm not the one that created studies. I don't own studies. That's the pharmaceutical industry. This is the FDA that runs this. I'm just merely putting out there how I've grown my wealth and riches from it, and I charge people for it, but the charge is so menial in return to what you're getting. You're getting the information of how to get rich and wealthy, and if you don't like reading books, all you got to do is listen to me telling you, explaining it. This is how you do it, okay? So take heed to this. Listen and pay attention to this. It's important. Take your study money, invest it in some kind of online businesses. Once you can also invest it in these if you want. Real estate, stocks, commodities. I'm going to put below the resources to help you get in all these, right? The best type of real estate. I'm going to give you that, right? You want tax liens and tax deeds. That's the best type of real estate. There is no real estate better than that. People can say whatever they want, but the bottom line of it is when you can pay property taxes off that somebody owes and you can get that property for 1 to 5% or 10 to 20% or whatever of that fair market value of whatever that major cost is, that's astronomical. Are you hearing this? You're talking about having your own home that you own and you didn't have to pay any mortgage. You didn't have to pay any rent. You own that home for pennies on a dollar, right? Just because you paid off the taxes. You're going to learn that information I'm going to put there. The mentors are going to share with you to learn you that. So far as stocks, I'm going to put that below. You know, you can make a lot of money. Money never sleeps. The stock market is running 24 hours a day, literally like every minute, every hour, right? Your money could be making money with Forex market, equity market, cryptocurrency as well. That's involved in this package that I'm going to share with you below this program. Where they share with you the tips, they share with you the insights for a small fee of how the traders that's making multi-millions of dollars are doing this. They're sharing with you their screenshot. They're sharing with you how they place their trade. So you can place your own trades in the stock market and make money. Have you ever seen this movie? It's called Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd way back in the days. I think this is the 90s, right? And in that movie, it talked about how they trade places. A bum, Eddie Murphy, went for being wealthy, part of this organization, this firm, right? When they were doing stock market trading and all that. Dan Aykroyd was wealthy. He had went to being the bum. They traded places. But that's a main theme in the movie. There was many themes. But the theme, I want you to know how this relates to this. At the end of the movie, the way they got rich and wealthy is they had a stock report, a report that showed what the insider scoop is of what the stock's going to be. They already knew what it's going to be. So if you put your money in the right place, you're going to win. It's a guarantee you're going to win. Because you know what trades are going to win 60, 70% of the time or whatever have you. So even though you're going to lose some, you're going to win more. So you lose some, win some, but you're going to win more. I mean, if they had that in where I grew up, my hometown in Las Vegas, everybody would be rich. With all the slot machines they got out there in the casinos, right? Because when you gamble in Vegas, you know, you can win some and lose some. But most of the time, you're not going to win more than you lose, usually. That's the rule of thumb. And people keep putting their money there, but hey, that's the way it is, right? And it's the same thing with this, but different, to where you can win more. So I'm going to put that below. Commodities, gold, silver, precious metals like cryptocurrency and all that, that's going to be below too, right? With all that investing. So I'm going to give you all that information, but this is the most important, because these, you put your money in, money comes out, right? But online business is important because it gives you the cash flow where you don't got to do the studies anymore. Okay? I'm pretty much like the Michael Jordan of studies. I'm about to retire. Hung up my jersey, right? You know what I'm saying? Number 23 and number 45. Hung it up. You know what I'm saying? The studies is good to me, but I'm moving on to bigger and better things. So I'm handing this torch to you all, right? So you, whoever's new, can come in here, do studies, tear up the game, make your money, pour that money into the B, where you got all this money pouring into some kind of idea, something that you want, that you're good at in the world, and you make money with that. Then that money you make with that, you just pour that money into here. You keep pouring it in here. This is literally the epitome and the same fundamental of what having a financial statement is. If you know what a financial statement is, and it's something that they don't teach in school, unfortunately, they just teach us in school about, they don't teach you anything about money. It doesn't matter if you're at the highest level of education, because I've been there in college. They don't teach you that. Even to the lowest, where my kids, elementary and grammar school and middle school, right? They don't teach about money. But they'll show you about, if anything, like about a banking account, checking account, savings account, right? But a financial statement is important. It shows your income coming in, your expenses going out, and then it shows at the bottom your balance, so far as it's going to show your liabilities, what's against you, and your assets, what work for you. Okay? Because you want assets. That's what you want. You want assets. That's it. It's really simple. Buy assets. That's how you get out there, escape the rat race. That's how you have a better life for you, your family, and everybody else abroad. Buy assets. That's the name of the game. Assets. Assets make me rich. That's it. And you won't have no worries. Okay? So, with that being said, hope that you understand this. I hope this was very helpful. The resources below are golden. Okay? Okay, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, the resources below is priceless, okay? It's worth this whole course in itself, all right? But I'll also show you, get that little, I think it's $19 a month for the Study Sniper. Get that so you can get those alerts to show you about the studies, okay? And because you want to have that working for you to tell you where they are. And not only that, also tell people and get referrals. Referrals are good. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten people that I've referred to do studies, and I get a check for that, right? So it's at the point to where, you know, and also, just a side note, I'm going to put it down here. If any of you refer me, Maurice Ray Trimble Jr., right? When they ask you, how did you hear about the study? Tell them Maurice Ray Trimble Jr., right? I will give you a bonus. So if you send me either, you don't have to send a screenshot because you can't really tally it. But if you tell me, I'm using integrity here, okay? You tell me that you have referred me to the study. Just tell me the name of the study, right? What was the date and what's the name? Because I have, you know, I'll find that information and I will send you a bonus. Make sure you put your email there too, and I'll send you a bonus. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be something good though, right? To help you even get more money, right? But I'm going to send you a bonus. So whoever you go to, that's a referral. You see that? But yeah, you tell them my name, Maurice Ray Trimble Jr., and I'll send you a bonus. Make sure you remember the name of who you are, the date when you did it, as well as what study place it was. Okay, and put your email below. So I'll have my team at Clinical Study Secrets Support. I'll have them send you out that gift. All right. So with that being said, hope that you understand this all. It's very, very important. This is the process, guys. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Okay. The ESBI, that cash flow quadrant, definitely works for you. I actually put the book below too on Amazon. The Cash Flow Game, the board game by Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad author. That board game and the cash flow book, I put that below too in the links. So you see it in the resources. You can check it out. All right. With that being said, thank you. Definitely God bless. And like I said, smile always. Say cheese, because I'm going to show you how to get that cheese. Have a good one.